there. I'll do it there.
Okay.
The U.S. government has agreed to reunite and compensate thousands of migrant families who were separated at the U.S.-Mexico border during Comover's administration. Remember when he was separating people and putting the kids in cages and stuff? Well, some of them aren't still even back together yet.
Oh,
they can't even find each other.
Now, are we going to send them back to the other country?
Well, here it says Homeland Security Secretary promises justice and reunification for some of the families separated at the U.S.-Mexico border during Trump's administration. A settlement between the Biden administration and lawyers for separated families will let many stay in the United States and apply for asylum.
Oh,
Just
so
ask what
stay
happened.
over here then.
They've been here since that nut job was president.
Because what Obama did was the whole families. He didn't separate them.
Exactly.
So
Donald, remember I told you the kids was in prison in cages.
And she went over there.
And he said, my own wife, Donald Trump said, my own wife won't even let me sleep. He didn't do it out of the kindness of his heart. She came across the White House, because you know they don't sleep in the same room. She walked all the way across from one side of the White House to the other side of the White House. She went through security and everything to come in the room while he was on the phone with Hannity at night and said, excuse me, Donald, can I interrupt you and Hannity for a minute, Donald? And he said, all right, hold on, Hannity, my wife is here. Donald, can you take the kids out of the cages, Donald?
That's not nice.
That's not nice, Donald. Please, Donald. I don't know. It'll make them not want to come over here. Donald, I don't want to come back here tomorrow. Donald, I have to come back tomorrow, Donald.
You're far from where I
So he said, all right, I got to get these kids out of here. My wife is bothering me.
Wow.
So that's what happened.
The nagging woman.
Now, Martinez says that he says that that's a federal judge who approved the settlement. Some will get jobs and housing, and we should emphasize the word some. Attorney Lee Gelert of the American Civil Liberties Union says as many as 1,000 of the children they represent haven't even found their families.
Wow.
They're still holding on to 1,000 kids.
That's a lot of kids.
Is that? And no one talks about that. What this man did.
We forgot about it, to be honest.
People forget about it.
Concentrating on the new group that's coming in.
Well, I'm here to remind you. We're here to remind you.
Oh, my God.
There's still 1,000 children still separated from their families from what that clown did when he was president.
And my thing is, why didn't he do what Obama did? If you want to deport them back, at least keep them together. It makes sense to have the mother and the babies together.
The Trump administration did not keep records. The court said it appears that the Trump administration tracked property more diligently than they tracked the whereabouts of the kids. We have been searching for years for their families. Still searching for their families. That effort spanned several countries and much of the U.S. Many children were sent to live with extended relatives or family and friends. Others wound up in state-supervised care. Now, former President Trump defended his administration's policy in a town hall meeting this past spring. And he did not rule out trying to bring the policy back if he became president again. In other words, when I become president again, I'm going to do it again.
Oh, no. He's not going to even fix what he did. He's
going to do it again. When the people come over with the kids, I'm separating the kids.
Because what's the plan? What has the Republicans even given a plan on how we should fix this?
It says the settlement would stop that from happening because it prohibits future family separations for 8 years. So this settlement puts in there that if that clown becomes president again, he can't even do it. It's part of a legal document. He can't even do it. Even though he wants to, he can't.
Right, okay. So they're going to really try to etch it in stone, kind of.
Yes. The man says, when we do policy, it's vital that we adhere to our country's fundamental values. And we will not deviate from that. If the settlement is followed, that means that whoever wins the presidency next year could not resume family separations.
Wow.
We know Biden not going to do it. So in other words, they saying whoever wins, whatever is Republican or Democrat,
they have to.
You cannot separate.
Follow up with this and keep that process in place.
Yes, for the next 8 years.
Parents stay with kids. Mom stays with children. Don't separate them.
You can't do that.
Okay.
Wendy says the Nora is comical. That's your word.
Thank you, Wendy.
Emerald says, "Hey, ladies," and she's saying hi to Wendy. So let's keep an eye on that.
How we forget about this.
We forget about that dummy separated kids.
We knew he separated them, but we didn't.
But it goes out of your mind. It goes out of your mind.
Oh my God, they're separated. Okay, where are they?
Yeah.
Oh, they're still separated. They never got back with their moms and their dads. Oh, that's sad.
They're in our custody. We paying for them. Oh, so you either pay for them now or you pay for them later.
Oh, Lord.
Big dummy.
Okay.
All right.
So we updated with that one.
Now, Jada. Okay, you said something about with Jada, right?
Yeah, people still talking about it because she's promoting her book. So, she's going to be on everybody's show. At first, I thought she was going to be on The View.